Hello, I'm Christina. In this video, I will be discussing and demonstrating explicit instruction for learning words with the silent E. These instructions can be done in small groups, whole class, or in an individual setting. In a CVCE pattern word, a single vowel is followed by a consonant, which in turn is followed by the final E. In approximately 2/3 of one-syllable CVCE words, the individual vowel stands for its long sound, like in rake or take. In the other 1/3, the individual vowel sometimes stands for its short sound, like in give, or for a sound that neither short or long, like in done. First, you're going to introduce the CVCE pattern to your students. Tap. First, you're going to want to point to the word tap and individually sound out each letter. T, a, p, tap. Then you're going to point to the A and you're going to ask your student, what sound does the A make? A says, ah. But now we're going to add the letter E at the end of tape. This changes the whole dynamic of the word. You're going to point to the letter A and you're going to say, this is the letter A. It now says the sound A. You're going to point to the letter A and you're going to ask your students, how are we able to identify that this letter makes the long A sound? You're going to show them by adding the E at the end of tape. This now makes the A say its name sound, A. You want your students to be able to identify this pattern automatically. You're going to want your students to use one finger to point out the short A sound and two fingers to point out the long A sound. Tap, tape. Do this with a group of words to just help them identify the difference between the short A sound and the long A sound. A, 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 A. Next, you're going to show your students how to sound out the words that end with the letter E. Like identifying the vowel sounds, your students should use two fingers to point out the vowels in the word. For example, T, A, P, tape. Let's do this one more time. T, A, P, tape. Notice I use one finger for the consonants and two for the vowels. Let's do this one more time. T, A, P, tape. Let's repeat this process with the word cane. K, A, N, cane. When you finish this process with your students, lead them in sounding out a group of words. Aid, made. K, A, P, cape. P, A, N, plane. P, A, N, pain. Ate, ate. K, A, N, cane.